back. And so suddenly 9-10 inside of a pit, feeling uncomfortable surely. He's able to at least shave Maka off the play, but a 2v4 retake demanded in the pistol. Looking like we're gonna split pistols yet again, back and forth. Techno keeping it moving, sizing up this bomb site. I see a lot of tucked heads, everybody just crouched down, looking to make themselves as small as possible. Flash comes out for the attempt to get out from balcony, and he's done it. Onto the player in Little Pit. Techno turns. That's positions confirmed. Exercice with the headshot on Senzu can just tuck back in behind the wall, and it's low health for Techno as well. They'll capitalize on the chance. 3D Max coming through with another pistol win.
It was a good try, but Lucky's 2 kills. If 5v3 that early with the split coming into A, it's way too difficult from that point on. Couple of small missteps back, but it'll be 3D Max to pull this off. Now, this happened on Ancient as well, but it was a situation where Mongols are starting T-side. They got a plant, and the buy was way too powerful. This one will be a step more challenging, but also it's Inferno. It's a map where ecos happen quite often. I think that's because of how many small guns can be used on so many close angles.
Look how wide this thing is.
It's throwing hot dogs down hallways now.
Could fit a real-sized truck down Banana now. None of that 3-wheeled wagon stuff.
I'd love to know why.
Why they widened it now?
Yeah, because who complained about how narrow it was?
I don't know.
It felt like it was like a good width.
Like you said, it should have been the change that happened first. Hold on, we'll get back to it. Quick pop out through smoke, 5-7 that takes down body. And that's still going to be majority alive for the Mongols coming through the site. But yeah, it's like, okay, you just mentioned it, right? Like Inferno's a one where the devs keep an eye on. And, you know, round time change affects all maps.
All maps.
Smoke duration change.
All maps.
Molotov size.
All maps.
And then last, but certainly not least, you finally just widen Banana. Why wasn't widening Banana the first change?
Yeah, that's like that's the best way to look at it. Like, how come it wasn't the first change with the old mollies?
Why do we go map
specific? Because like you think of the molly on A ramp on Mirage is like unreliable. You can just stand around it, go run through it. Even because the spread is slower, if you're running on a lot of spawns like on Ancient to B, even if you don't get the molly out soon enough, now it doesn't even matter. It's just totally pointless. Oh, a couple of good kills here for 9-10. So, yeah. It's a weird normally you could see the logic. Yeah. But for this one, it's just like, what part of, especially the climate of, we've got very T-sided maps in general now.
Yep.
Widening Banana.
Yep.
Small shrinkflation Molotovs, incendiaries. They wanted to make Inferno more popular. I think that was basically the only angle I can think of for this in general. But I really didn't feel like they took the balance into account.
Balance? Forget about it. Utilities barreling off the walls here. A couple missed nades. Curious to see how it changes up people's lineups and whatnot too, right? Any little change can force errors. We see that one frag bounce back at them. This forced by features a little less for Blitz. Hanging on to that Desert Eagle, looking to wrap back around as the pack hits the site, but he's a little too late to the party. His teammate's already dead. He will have the element of surprise because he tests that smoke. But now that he doesn't strike them down immediately, they're thinking about holding flank, and XRC's from inside of the pit finds the right timing yet again. Senzu turned away. No real option at this one. Or am I wrong? Continues to size up the possibility. He'll find one player off guard and then leave. So looking to just rack up the costs here as 3D Max go flawless out of the gate on this Inferno T side. 3-0 strong.
You know, Valve have made some changes that are unpopular at first, but definitely made a lot of sense. I mean, like Nuke. On Nuke, they removed the hut window. I think that was a massive change in terms of movement option, fighting early, balance for the T's who are already having trouble getting out onto the outside site. But it ended up being one of the best changes Nuke has ever seen. Of course, that window needed to be closed. And it took some time for that to evolve and actually become a good thing. So there have been instances where, you know, they found an unpopular or not even talked about option in the past, and it ends up working out. But I certainly don't think that would mean it's going to happen every time. We'll see. Inferno was in a bad place, I think.
Ooh. Trying to get this M4 into the action early. senzu does find one of the weaker opponents in that Mac 10 on Gravity. Maka will not waste the chance to strike down Archplay. Here comes the Deke. And that chase into the apartments will not find senzu dead. Departing with the M4 still in hand. Smoke on Banana. Feels like a smoke barely blocks all of Banana now.
Yeah.
But, you know, volumetric and whatnot. No movement from MongolZ to go and stack this B site, so just hanging on to A for the time being. We get this 9-10 run over. Can the smoke go down in time? Looks like not. Techno dead on arrival. Oh, hold on. Lucky gets struck down through the smoke. Still, good utility here to confirm the bomb plant for 3D Max.
Last rotation will be very slow, but like, wouldn't expect this situation to be possible. And now the outshoot way down Mzinho's guns. Too valuable.
And while that CT smoke is still up, you can hope for Mzinho's sake, he'll cross back for the save.
So do we know if it's Mzinho or Mzinho? Has he ever talked about that one?
I don't think so.
Or is it Mzinho?
No.
Gravity.
Gravity and Mzinho.
Maybe they could open a place together and you could be like horse meat spaghetti.
Ew. Well, actually, you know what? I won't knock it till I try it.
I would definitely eat that.
Have you had horse before?
I don't know if I've had.
It's quite tough. Quite tough.
That's the thing about everything that's not like chicken, beef, or pork.
Yeah, man.
It's gamey.
It's gamey. Very tall, muscular animal.
Yeah, you just don't want animals that run a lot.
Mm-hmm. Deer, same boat.
Yeah.
Antelope, I'd imagine. Yeah.
I did have deer jerky once. Kind of tough.
Easy. 9-10 under a bit of pressure, but Sendieri turns back around the other two apartment players. And we get a little bit of banana play out of the MongolZ.
Looks like 3D Max don't want to go back to B at all. And they think they're being a little sneaky here, but there's a 4 CT rotate over towards the A site. Oh, and they break through. senzu throws a flash to support in this push, and Blitz works. Really smartly played.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Able to swing off of that, capitalize. Of course, the also flash from that site helps out. Oh, MongolZ looked like they were getting caught with that entry through the arch side, but they swarmed.
Okay, but this is also a moment where it's like, they in the middle of the round, 3D Max are not considering what their advantages suddenly become. They're at the beginning of the round, they get pushed off of B, they go for the A play, fine. Maybe you're going to have to 5v4 on the A site, but you've got arch control, you've got bracket control. But then they get the kill in CT spawn. You know it's a 4 rotate over. You even know it's senzu who dies. Now you don't even think, like, let's wrap through CT. Let's go back to Banana and catch the flank. Instead, they're continuing forward with a wrap. They don't smoke off library. They even know why senzu's flashing. So they're not thinking actively as the round progresses. And yeah, that's ultimately why they lost that.
And moments like that remain why you criticize 3D Max sometimes?
Yeah, I guess it's just like tactics are good, strategy, overall strategy, and maybe just, yeah, being adaptive is a problem. It's something everyone can work on, of course, so I don't mean to cherry pick, but yeah, I think James brought it up in the interview, and he's like, you know, is there anything you want to work on?
Oh, almost goes unchecked. Lucky
don't
body.
have to work on the entries though. That's
no, right? That's what Body definitely brings to the table, and Lucky's been showing us in this match as well. Some of these clean opening push kills. Exercice caught off guard by the apartments clear. Does that open the possibility of a retake attempt? Or are the MongolZ going to concede a 5th round to this T side? I think maybe this banana fight dictates the follow through. Blitz, MP9 in the front. Lucky just looks to reposition. Flash
За за уучлаарай садаа. Sorry sorry. Би сая бүр амар баримжаа алдчихлаа.
Эко, c'est éco. Ah, c'est
Mais donc sauf au début, mais après on peut y aller.
Faites attention aux rôles qui descendent dans le mid là, ce rôle là. Faites attention, on a bien varié.
Тэтгэж маалгүй шүү. Баяраа чи сайн их шүү дээ гастараа. Одоо ч юм уу тий.
C'est pas le moi qui rappelle moi.
Ce que vous faites et terminez bien les rounds, c'est pas grave le jeu de bloc, mais toujours en tête. On est trop bien sur les rounds, juste on les finit bien et c'est carré les gars.
Lui, t'as déjà un truc?
Ouais, je suis en fait triple mollo B, genre mollo voiture, mollo sandbags psy.
Face de temps?
Hooks юм уу? Brooks дээрээ ч өөрөө галж байгаа.
Allez là! BG frère! Non, non, non.
Super les gars, magnifique. J'ai fait tomber. BG les gars.
Je vais ressauter rivière là.
Ouais, ça va,
은규라. 거기서 트라치 못해.
Quand on se retourne, les mecs, ok? J'ai fait tout ça, ce que je dis à Alex et Lulu. Ah ouais, vas-y, je le fais. At net er Nice. Ouais les gars.
C'est bien les gars, c'est bien, c'est bien les gars. C'est mal payé, hein. Les routes sont mal payées, les post-comptes sont mal payés, c'est bien ce qu'on fait les gars. J'ai pas envie qu'on fasse un truc et que ça réacte en A et que ça casse les couilles. On va faire ça, par contre avec M2, go décal, on va décal, on va pas passer par le stage. Faire un triple décal.
On peut pas décaler si on va sur ça en fait. Bah, si on va sur on peut pas décaler. Genre, en fait, tu vois rien en fait.
Ouais, mais c'est ça. Donc en gros, on passe devant le stairs.
Et on court, on s'arrête pas.
Ouais.
총거로 누구든 어차피
Let's go. Oui les gars. Oui Alex. Oui le kill. Magnifique. C'est bien. BJ Filou. Let's go les gars. C'est bien.
Molo river to pay Filou. Tu m'as dit quoi? Molo.
opportunity to win this fight. Let's see when the swing takes place. There it is.
Shot.
Now spotted. Now you got to be careful the graveyards walk up.
Grenade in hand as well. Blitz sees this as a chance to close that distance. 30 seconds on the clock. There's the duel, and it's won by Exorcist.
Nice, man. 13-6. 2 good maps from him.
Yep.
That was he was called on by the desk, I think, rightfully so. Here's the Ascension.
Really love that word usage by the desk, actually, to start the day.
Ascension is a great word, isn't it?
Yep.
You've got to ascend.
And I think to beat the Mongols, it's perfectly applied in this matchup. You know, highlighted as well that they don't lose many games versus opposition of this rank, but we can't forget about a very critical Astralis loss back at Cluj-Napoca.
Yeah, but it had to be on stage, didn't it? Because
That's fair. That's fair.
Really rough game from Senzu.
You're
Again,
right.
just like Shanghai versus the Maus.
That's true. That's the game that everybody thought Astralis qualified for the major off of.
It would be good going into the stats of just like not the stage games for how many times they lose to a lower ranked team.
Right.
Because it might literally be never.
You hear that, desk? Start crunching numbers. Good things from Exorcist offered on this A site. Could be the sudden pop of the Mongols yet again. Working with Gravity inside sight, who drops his incendiary towards the apartments. That's going to free up Exorcist to just hold it instead. Easy lineup. And then Gravity tethers perfectly off of him. The only thing that comes through is the 9-10 Deagle headshot. Blitz going to try to charge down the Opper. Go ahead, run. You can't hide from Blitz, who turns this around and gets cut off very quickly by Gravity. That is all 5 players now for 3D Max with 10 kills or more.
Idyllic start here on the CT side. 2 good starts in this game. Eventually, it's got to catch up to you, right, Mongols? Now you've got the hardest possible route to victory. You're going to be able to pull this out. But it is only the second rifle round of the half. And their first time out.
Mara has waited. Am I crazy, or are the blue bars on the right longer than the blue bars on the left?
That's how you say blueberry in Danish.
It's true, actually. Blabba. Blabba, jordbær, hindbær. Why, yes, I do go to Joe and the Juice. So wide. And welcoming.
Walked by this.
Senzu content to take it to the tip of it.
They literally just walked wide Molly. Never happened.
Oof.
And they've already looked at 4-player rotation. Oh, this is extreme, man. They've got hulls, they have bracket, they have 2 on arch, and they've no banana control. This is actually pretty insane. I mean, maybe they have some kind of read.
Comfortable.
All right. Yeah. That is the next step, though, because rotating back takes much longer. If you go into mid, get your kill, or confirm there's no one there, then that is the best way to speed up the round.
Mongols group back over 4 strong on banana. We're starting to see majority from 3D Max move too, with a little bit of alt confirmation. B-site better be prepared. Techno tries to swing out before smoke pops. Gravity gonna scoop that one up with ease. Lucky swings off of Coffins to his death.
Wow.
But it's Gravity's rotation that's made the biggest difference so far. And the orange player able to lock in an additional kill. 9-10, 1v4, 30 seconds. Utility pressures him as that fast flank comes forth. Exorcist with the close as 3D Max soar forward to the comfortable 11-6 lead.
Well, that's the best round that we've seen so far. And that's off the back of Mongol's tack pause. Lovely from 3D Max, from breaking open the smoke with the nade, with the rotations back to B just in time. And again, not just going for A and then rotating back, but taking it to the next level, looking all the way down mid, finding their kill on that timing. That was a round with no gaps out of 3D Max. Great to see that here. first time I think I've seen 3D Max look better than the Mongols in every dimension in one round. No mistakes at all. No way back into it.
Saw 3D Max sitting comfortably on 11. Oh, that's a weird smoke.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Cloud. What do you call it?
Bad smoke. Crunch on the mid play. 3D Max on for the 12th. Ooh, missed op shot. Means an open opportunity, but MZinho doesn't feel like he can really extend outwards just yet. Flashbang turn the opera around, and Gravity dies out towards middle despite good damage. Techno even covering Senzu so that they can capitalize on this and wrap it into the A site plants. Oh boy. 3D Max had players in position to lock out this round again. We saw them get frazzled once they touched 11 over on Ancient. That's why they lose that map 13-11. What was it, 4 rounds? 5 rounds straight from the Mongols to close out Ancient 13-11. Don't let that happen twice. Thing is very convincing. It's not just the retakes, you know, that we saw kind of bleed through back on Ancient that got 3D Max there. These have been convincing rounds, so I do believe in their ability to close out. But it's just a little nervous that, of course, first chance to get 12 slips by.
Yeah, this game has been streaky both on Ancient and on Inferno. When a player wins one round, they end up winning 4 afterwards. It happened on Ancient, it happened on Inferno. It's been 2 of those good starts out of 3D Max, but it's the end of the halves that matter the most. So let's see if this really is a way back. I mean, this round's really scrappy, but I think that's going to follow through for the rest of the half here for the T side of the Mongols. They've just got to keep up. But 3D Max have been aiming well.
Nothing for the op-out middle.
Really paying attention to the banana plays.
We saw body.
1 health for body here after this nade.
Again. We saw body close out the first half with the double entry kill. He will get the job done if demanded. That is a clean one. Senzu from the ramp.
Try swing into mid. Bottom B is smoked.
Yeah.
And they had boiler smoked too, so you know the peak could come behind it.
The rotation's good though. Check this out. 3D Max putting numbers
spotted.
strong. Oh,
He got spotted as a shoulder.
Then all of a sudden Arch still maintains some control. Lucky trying to do it. Trying to hold off for dear life here. But do the Mongols read that?
Yeah, the smoke on Arch is so rough because they were hoping that there would be a fight here towards A. The bomb is sticking around though.
Is like MZinho's going to go carve a path towards B.
Lucky's going to phase this?
No way.
Oh my god, it actually worked.
That's what it takes.
But B is still open. This is the weird part. The bomb is in middle.
If body come down mid, then Senzu doesn't get a chance to escape.
But now they're going to rotate through halls.
What's he do? Because he's stuck in this corner 30 seconds. What's he do? Oh, no! Not ideal. They come charging past him. They would have all slipped right by him. MZinho denied it. 12th round comes through from 3D Max. Senzu looking scared.
Yeah, that wasn't a great moment, I think, for the Mongols in general. They actually, I mean, also that push on Arch was pretty crazy considering the position. But again, it's another moment where instead of just rotating over to B, they get the info back on mid, and then you can either confirm whether you can stay there or not without wasting more time. So it was a risk. It was a risk that paid off, and they like to push smoke sometimes, so fair enough. But Senzu, he had a lot of early timings to leave there. They had the B site wide open. It would have been weird also, like in terms of option coverage, if Senzu gets that op kill, is he going to go A? No. So then he still has to leave somehow.
Yeah.
Because MZinho's got to come back all the way from B. If there's one player on B, that was what they expected to see maybe. Would have been better to 2v1 that. So I'm not exactly sure why. And maybe if Senzu had a rifle, it's a slightly different situation, but even still, he's in a very closed off spot. They could be in halls. They could come in from mid with 2 like we just saw. And then in which case, what's the next step?
Flabbergasted. Ooh. 3D Max looking to seize this second map. Waste no more time. Senzu in the corner, off the flash. Good work.
Okay.
Maybe if he had a rifle, it would have been different.
Yeah. Oh man, they missed their molly entirely this round.
Extinguished.
I thought that it would have done anything anyway, but.
Now 3v5 for 3D Max to close in round 20.
You know, brave to stay here for Maka, but doesn't scope and unscope. He hasn't actually made any noise.
Techno's got his pistol out.
And there's only, like, rifle coverage behind this. Maka could clean this angle out, maybe.
It's a pistol swing first. Down goes Techno, easy. Ooh, can he recover the second player? All that's left of 3D Max is here. You're not expecting a three-player swing top banana in a 3v5 nonetheless. They try to take it back by storm. And now they're kind of stuck on the other half of the map. Could transition you into a save if you really don't chance it, but yeah, that's what they'll do. Concede. If they're able to stop that bomb from leaving, then they look like heroes. Nice shot out of Maka, but not enough this time. 4 rounds, the gap.
Yeah, considering their history, we've got 3D Max looking for just 1 map win in this series, and like now they've reached 10 rounds twice, which is also a milestone, which is nice to see here for 3D Max. But closing is the final step, and we have not seen that yet.
Terrorists win. All 3 allowed to save.
As Young Thug once famously said, the horses, they don't stop, they keep going.
All right. Dope. .3D Max trot their way to an Inferno win.
It was more like a Mongolian board type of thing. Okay.
Just trying to keep the horse themes going. Ooh. Little chip damage on Techno. Better keep his head down. But 3D Max, little engagement, and they leave. Senzu prances through smoke. Gonna look to catch this defense off guard to keep the T side rolling. There's a little jiggle spotted from top orange. No swing off Coffin, immediate. Delayed peek out from Lucky, gets the opening kill. 3D Max had their chances on Ancient. Don't let a second map slip. And you have sectioned off the CTs now, so control taken back. And it's low health for Lucky. Able to dodge that nade. Good on him to stay standing. Retake demanded of the French. And Blitz is gonna take a look down banana as Exorcise is cut off deep inside of that CT spawn, which means the additional CT player already so low from that early contact. Mongols just tiptoe their way forward onto the site, and I'd say catch 3D Max off guard.
Yeah, that's we saw Mongols in the first half be extremely stubborn about leaving banana, and I think what they show us right here is why you want to keep information, because that walk-up looks so powerful. And actually, 3D Max did something very similar to them with body. We'll see if that continues to be a problem. Save looks solid. Great spray transfer here for Gravity. And now the 3-round game. Well, it's still fine here if you're 3D Max. You still got a couple chances on the rifle rounds. You are using your 3rd timeout. Does that mean they've used it, or they've got 3?
This is 3 of 3.
Yeah, okay, okay.
For Wazink to get into the conversation.
Right. I think he's called them at all the perfect time. Remember the first half now, right after the 4-round streak, things went rough for a second. He tried to get involved. I think it's like recognizing their own issues with momentum, both teams. I mean, for the Mongols, mostly just about like starting the half off right, obviously. And Exercise, 18 and 10. Mag 7 again.
Dude,
another good map for shotguns.
Trying to push this one over the line, but 910's got Maka's number. In with the banana peak, off posted early.
Solo.
And the Exercise Mag 7 will not find more than one. It's just Mzinho here sitting duck for the gravity balcony peak, but it's all banana control for the Mongols.
No more nades came through banana. Solo B play with the op. I think they can't really believe it, but now that they've cleaned everything out and they're sitting on top of the op, I think they know. Surely.
It's a sprint of a rotation over. Of course, Mongols still could just try to follow through, but they've allowed Lucky to get here and put the smoke down. Players in front of it, though, still not bad for Gravity to bring one with him. All things considered, still a winnable 3v3. Fast flank out of the 2. Lucky fire spreads to his feet. 910 gets a kill on both halves of this site. And now snaps that up. Quad kill for 910. And not to mention a critical opening op duel that really set the tempo into that B site. Double digits Mongols.
Quite a highlight. He's casting magic, hitting off shots at the same time. Excellently done out of 910. And it's him who guarantees this round or not. If he dies at the top of banana, that's how the retake takes place. So the solo op play does not work out on this round from 3D Max. They went for it, but obviously 910 denied it with his own op. The game does now get nervously close.
Senzu denied the entry. Here we go. That's what 3D Max have been hunting for, opening advantages.
Body's been pretty rock solid when it
Yes.
comes, especially fighting from here specifically. It's coming up spades every time. Wow, man. There's still 4 on B, but it looks like it's the right option.
Sticking around for a little longer.
But there's 2 in the site.
Barrel spotted, or not.
Didn't even adjust to that.
Techno just gets blindsided by that close play. Little bit of damage off of the grenade, but still so many players ready to swing this. You'd think the numbers should still catch them off guard, but they're letting them unravel.
What?
Great cover. Blitz holds the left side. Op stays full focused. That felt like it was the one for 3D Max. Could still be. Maka from backside, double kill. And then Mzinho off the top rope into the clutch. And denied. Not this time. It's 3 rounds straight for the Mongols, but the 3D Max close in their finally 4th attempt. They get a map in the series over Mongols.
Can you say about this series? It's actually just crazy. You think you know something, and then you don't. You think you can understand what's happening, but you can't.
That's my whole life. It was like, it's like Thorin's favorite movie, The Prestige. I know he's probably.
Oh, wow,
no.
Don't do
That is a great movie.
Don't hit him in the